Hey everyone, what's up and welcome. Now today I'm going to go through my Dracoslayer Superheavy Samurai deck profile for everyone. I've actually had this queued up for a very long time before even the ban list because, in all honesty, we all knew what was going to get hit. The red flags are very much obvious. Now I just want to let you know that the ban list did not do you any favor as a Pendulum player, probably even playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The ban list did not do anything useful or good. Yes, it hit the top tier decks and the meta decks. However, at the same time, they only used our generic support that all decks uses. So when you take it away from them when they didn't need it, and take it away from us who needed it, the non-meta decks are actually pushed far back, and the meta decks are actually quite in the lead right now. Now, for everyone who has never seen this deck profile before, I'm actually going to do a combat end. It used to be that I could have put up 12 interruptions, without exaggeration, 12, if it goes uncontested. I would normally win every single duel that I go first, regardless if they hand trap me once or twice. Because the deck actually can tank at least 2 interruptions, and you'll still end on 12 negates. I'm not exaggerating. 12 interruptions more than negates. But now with the ban list and Appaloosa gone, it's been cut down to 9 interruptions. So I'm going to go through the deck profile. I'm going to just speed run this, and then we're going to go through the combo, and we can talk at the end. So first of all, we have triple luster, triple ignis, triple majesty, triple dynamite power loader, 1 lecto, 1 vector. You should really be playing 2 lecto, but I like this for the low scale. Pendulum matchup has never came up, so it wouldn't matter. But yeah, when we have the 1 Aether. Aether is a really good card in terms of it applies pressure every single time it's summoned, which is good, and it's not a hard once per turn. Every single time you summon this card, you can pressure your opponent with it. Now, Amorphous Sloth made a lot of sense, but it didn't make more sense than this, because if you're playing against Yubel or like Sloth right now, persons can just randomly have the out. They can have droplets, anything. It doesn't really matter. There's just too many variables right now in terms of the difference when these cards were released versus just now. And this card is really good in terms of every single time I see it, I'm going to banish a card or force out an interruption or force out a card from opponent. So it's very good. Then we have triple Revolution Dragon, which can search out all the dragons. We have Odd Eyes and Arc. Then we have triple Joker, 1 Dissolvo, and of course Astrograph. Then for the Super Heavy, we have triple Wakashu and 1 Big Monk. I used to play 2, but the thing is I always just ended up drawing the both of them. So I decided to stop. If I just draw the 1, it's fine. I'm quite fine with life. If you want to play the 2, you can play 2. You probably should be. But she's just like, I'm just really unlucky, so I just accept fate. And just be like, well, it's still better to draw 1 than 2. Then we have triple Bike, 1 Soul Piercer, and triple Curtain Raiser. As you can see, I'm not playing any of the other extenders because they're not level 4, which does make a difference. Then we have triple Face Off, 1 Sky Iris, and the last card is Sonavalon Blue. This is a pretty new card. You can stop and read it. Essentially, it's a searchable negate, and it's not a skill drain, but it's going to negate every single monster your opponent controls when you activate it. You have to, of course, control the link for a plant monster to activate it, but it also searches it on someone. And if your opponent attacks it, it will skyrocket attack to something like 9,000, because it will point, every monster it points to, it will gain the attack of that monster. But let's go through in order. So we have Vortex, Dynamite, Ignisto, Dagaris, Seal, and Musicia. Musicia isn't really a super great card. The only reason why you have it in here is because you don't have Electromite legal, so you must play the card. The difference it makes is that it basically carries you something like +3 or +4. So it's like you should be playing it. If you're not playing it, it means you're not getting the full extension of the deck. Then It's not even that good, you just have to play for that extension and nothing else. Then we play Beyond and Exceed for obvious reasons. One track gate, I think everyone should know what this does. Then we play Promethean Princess and the Frog, because it's a generic way to get rid of the princess. Then we play the One Son of Valon. If you're not familiar with this card, it requires link monsters to summon. Not necessarily has to be someone from the extra deck, but just link monsters. And it cannot be destroyed by card effects, period. It doesn't really need IP to do that. It just can't be destroyed by card effects. In my turn, I can tribute a monster it points to and destroy cards on my opponent's side of the field up to the link rating, which is most likely going to be 4. So if it ever has to come to it, it can clear the board for you. Not that I think it ever has to come to it. Then, of course, we play Zelantis and both the Firewalls. That wraps it up for your extra deck. Now, I'm going to do the combo in a separate video for you guys, just so you guys can watch the combo without actually having to see the deck profile. From me, my end point of view on all of this is that I feel Konami did us dirty. In all honesty, like, outside of posting this video and posting possibly the next 2 combos for you guys, I genuinely think I'm going to stop playing. Like, it's sad that I go through the things that I do with Konami, and it's like they've been horrible for like 10 years straight. They're like, if persons actually understand what I'm saying, like, perfect example, Magic Spectre Kirin. Anyone who knows me heard when I said from 2020 Kirin could go to 9 and it would make a difference. It fast forward 6 years later, the card is going to 1. I'm referring to when it was banned. 6 years later, the card that does nothing, they put it to 1 and be like, let's ban this, let's put it to 3. It will help. Bro, you could play 20 Kirins in your deck. It will not help you win a single duel. Kirin is not going to do anything against droplets. It's not going to do anything against the Dark Ruler. It's not going to do anything against the Evelyn. It's not going to do anything against the Nibiru. It's not going to do anything. It doesn't do crap against the cards that are actually in the metal. From 2020, the game has changed to a point where these cards aren't really strong that way anymore. And let's bring up the point, the one saving grace that could save us was Electromite. Electromite is still banned for no good reason. None. It's in Master Duel. It's in OCG. It's just banned in TCG and nowhere else. Nothing. I almost think they're doing it to spite Triff. Like, there's no reason why Colossus should be unbanned. And at 2 before Electromite comes back to 1, that's crazy. That's like, for me, I'm done. Like, if you as the subscribers want me to continue playing, I will try a thing or 2, but I'm not excited to play you guys very horribly. It's a terrible experience because of Konami and their poor decision makings. I hope one of them sees this video and see what they're doing. Currently, I'm going to tell you the real problem with the deck. It's not the fact that you can't put up 12 interruptions. It's now that because you don't have Apolloso, my opponent doesn't even have to Nibiru me on Pendulum Summon. They just have to wait for a monster negate to appear. However, there is not really much in the entire game, much less exclusive to your own deck. The time I'm going to be able to negate Nibiru is towards the end of the combo when I'm literally putting on Vortex. It's like the only thing that can stop Nibiru. The ironic part is that one of the few link monsters that can respond to Nibiru, like be an actual answer, is a pendulum related card, which is Grand Sofa Chord Kulia. Kulia can negate Nibiru, but the thing is, there's no feasible way to get the card in scale for it to negate it. And then your board is normally full to the point where you can't actually negate it regardless. So Kulia is not actually going to be able to help you for now until in the future when you get some more support. But for me, that's it. Like, you cannot play a combo deck right now. You have to wait until probably 4 months down the line. And the worst part is, like, this is coming to the one of the final points where you can play a combo deck, because the new Multramic card is going to be released, and quite literally they would draw about 24 cards off my basic turn 1. Without exaggeration too. That's literally the whole extra deck plus 8 monsters that Ignister summons from the deck. Which is something I don't really talk about enough, but I should tell you guys. If you open too many Dracoslayers, you might not actually be able to put up the full board, because Ignister needs at least 8 Dracoslayers in the deck to summon. That's a thing. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's a good thing. Right now I'd prefer Maxi than that, because at least I can deck out someone turn 1. Which does happen and I resort to in Master Duel. You can deck them out, don't have to be afraid of them. But yeah, from me, I'm telling you guys, I'm not in a good position with Konami right now and their poor decision making. Quite frankly, someone who is new can actually make a better ban list than them. I wouldn't mind if they gave it to the top player's choice to see what is banned, and they would finalize it or something along that line. But right now it's just complete garbage dealing with them, trust me. So that's it from me. I'll post the combo in a different video so you guys can understand and watch. And that's all. I'm out. Peace.